Hi, collective. Collective, let's get a quick energy check-in in. Archangel Michael, I ask that you preside over this reading. I ask that you protect me and my collective as we channel, transmute, and harmonize the energy for the highest good. Ashe, Ashe Collective. Collective, today we're using my deck. We're using Inner Effing Peace. And we're using Manifest Soulmate Oracle cards, okay? Alright, let's see what we get. Going to do the typical read. Archangel Michael, what is the situation? I just saw 111 on the clock. What you manifest in the day, collective. Thank you. Mystery card. Thank you. What is the obstacle? Thank you. Marshal. Could be a fire marshal or a marshal or a marshal. Spiritual advice. What does a marshal do? I'm not sure. Flipped in the reverse, it looked like. Show me the divine outcome. Okay, tripwire, collective. Look like somebody's getting caught up. Bottom of the deck, we have a church coven, collective. That's who it looks like is getting caught up today, collective. Something about this church coven. Alrighty. Show me. Situation. Thank you. We're going to take all these in the upright. Obstacle. These look like current energy being on the side, okay? Slow the fuck down, collective, okay? Maybe you're moving too fast. Or somebody is, okay? Show me spiritual advice. Let's just take this one. Chill the fuck out, collectives. I don't know. Maybe they're talking to the ops. Okay? Maybe they're doing too much. Show me the divine outcome. Thank you. I feel like we need the bottom one on that one. At the bottom of the deck, it says, in other words, meditate, collective. I don't know what's going on. Somebody needs to meditate. Slow down. Chill the F out, okay? They could be talking about this church coven, okay? Confirmation. They're talking about this church coven. Slow down, okay? All right, we got crystal path under that. The road to clarity. I feel like this is where we're going. About this church coven, okay? All right, show me situation. This should do it, okay, for today. We might do one clarifier. Show me the obstacle for this read, should I say. Collective, what in the hell is going on here? We'll put that up there. This one, oh my goodness. Spiritual advice, there's so too many. I feel like they're going to start clashing the responses. Spiritual advice, thank you. Divine outcome. Thank you. I feel like we need that one too. Bottom of the deck we have, sometimes the strongest people in the morning are the people who cried all night, okay? I feel like this could be a church coven coming for some of you in my collective, okay? Or they did. In the reverse, it says, don't be afraid of loss, of losing someone who doesn't want you, okay? Don't be afraid of losing someone who doesn't want you. It could also be an organization or entity of some sort that you may need to walk away from, okay? And it's in the reverse. Maybe you're not afraid anymore. Maybe after crying all night, you've decided that, hey, it's time for me to walk away. I just saw 4:44 on the clock, okay? I feel like you had guidance, angelic guidance, okay? Let's move over this divine outcome, the spiritual advice, and the obstacle. All right, the situation, it says Ascension Collective. Okay, so I feel like once you walk away from whatever this church coven is that you're a part of, maybe it's a church and you don't know that they are a church coven collective. There's certain select people who are a part of it, okay? But maybe this is just a church that you're at, that you're supporting with your time, your energy, and your money. And you shouldn't be, okay? This is for entertainment purposes only, okay? All right, now we have, after Ascension, a futile mission. I feel like this church coven, this is what they went out to go and stop people's ascension, okay? We know this is the big thing today, okay? And it always has been, but we're just becoming aware of it, okay? It's a futile mission. It says, good grief, don't take things personally, okay? Maybe this church coven is taking things personally because I feel like they're being taken down, or they will be. It's not all about you, church coven, okay? It ain't all about you. All right, let's go. And you're cute as hell, okay? Maybe they feel like you're cute, collective. Maybe this is why they're targeting you. They feel like you look cute and your energy's cute, okay? And possibly your bank account, okay? Let's go. 0 fox given. So they think you cute, but you like, hey, you don't give a fox. Okay? All right. Good job. It says, stop criticizing yourself. You are perfect just the way you are, okay? So maybe this was the problem before. But with this 0 fox given, I feel like you've come to a place where you're okay within yourself, okay? Or you will be. Okay? You won't need other people to attach to these church covens possibly, right? Unknowingly. In order to feel like you're somebody. You're already somebody, collective. All right? You don't need somebody else to tell you you're somebody. If you need somebody to tell you you're somebody, tell yourself, I'm somebody. Okay? All right. It says, follow your heart's desires and manifest the heck out of your life. I think they're talking to you, okay? Because wherever you are right now, whatever organization you're a part of or religious community, whoever this reading is for, okay? It's not for you. Not unless you're into this, okay? What church covens do, okay? And it looks like you're not because you're on an ascension path, okay? They're just sent here to confuse you and to take you off your mission, okay? So I know it's hard if at this point in time you haven't, many people or some people have received the message about religion, early on, okay? So it's not really a problem for them walking away from certain, traditionalized things like religion, right? But many others, they may just be being introduced to it at this time, okay? And I'm sure it's hard. I'm sure it's hard because you're wondering, am I doing the right thing, right? I say trust yourself, okay? Trust yourself. If you're looking for the answers, you'll find them. And also be mindful of what your body is saying as you're having certain thoughts, okay? Go to those feelings and figure out what they are, how they feel, what do they want to say, why are they speaking? They have something to say, okay? And this is a part of you, all right? The obstacles, there's some sort of court proceedings going on. I feel like this church coven has been exposed, okay? Because we have Crystal Path, the road to clarity. Okay, I feel like there's some truth being exposed, okay? All right, what does this one say? It's in the reverse. It says, everything you've ever wanted is on the side of fear, is on the other side of fear, okay? So no, I feel like these people, whoever these people are in this coven, okay, that are involved, I feel like, no, they are in fear, okay? I feel like they're trapped in fear regarding these court proceedings. They're being exposed. Yeah, they're feeding off of this twin flame energy, okay? According to Greek mythology, humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head with 2 faces. Fearing their power, Zeus split them into 2 separate beings, condemning them to spend their lives in search of the other halves. Plato's The Symposium, okay? Yeah, I believe this is what this is like the origination in terms of that fear with the twin flames, okay? I don't know if it's the origination, but it's speaking of it, okay? And that's why in a couple videos before, we had that reading with the founder card came out, and they were talking about twin flame, and I was like, wow, is this Zeus or what, right? Okay, but it says Plato's The Symposium. Obstacle with these court proceedings, okay? I feel like they've discovered something that they've done regarding twin flames, or a particular twin flame, okay, union, or a particular twin, okay? And I feel like they're in fear. It says, try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud, okay? And this is the obstacle, because they don't seek to uplift people, okay? They hide behind the mask of this religious organization, okay? They're telling them the obstacle is that they won't slow down. I feel like it's like crunch time for these people to achieve some sort of dismantling of whatever relationship you may have in your life, okay? Spiritual bonds. Okay, this could also just be within yourself. They're trying to fracture you in some way to keep you from being able to ascend. Okay, I feel like this is their goal. I don't feel like you're the only one, but I feel like they're focusing on someone right now. All right, so they won't slow down because they feel like they got to meet a quota by a certain time, I feel. It says, it's better than sitting around doing nothing. I guess that's how they feel. It's better than sitting around doing nothing, because these people in this coven, they lack creativity, okay? They can't nurture themselves is what I'm getting. So they have to go and feed off of others. These are low demonic vibrations, okay? It says meditate. I feel like they don't want you to meditate, okay? Maybe they make fun of you because this is what you're into. And they're like, hey, it's better to do what we do in this church coven instead of sitting around all day doing nothing. That's what they see you doing, nothing, as they see it when you're meditating. Maybe you spoke about this to people. This is the wine is helping. That's the obstacle. Maybe they're drinking too much at this church, okay? They're doing a little too much communion, okay? And it could be a Catholic church, okay? And then it says, fresh out of F's and embracing inner peace, okay? I feel like you got away. And that's why the mission is futile. They did all this, right? They wouldn't slow down. They wouldn't stop in order to try to get you and steal your ascension, right? But I feel like the divine is saying, hey, it's not going to work. So they just wasted all their time and their energy and their resources. Possibly Marshall. Or Marshall could be like these people are being picked up by a Marshall, okay? I think they have to do with law enforcement in some way. I'm getting like a bounty hunter, right? But I'm not sure exactly what a marshal does, okay? And this is the obstacle with these court proceedings. They've been discovered by location. Maybe they've been remote viewing, okay? It says projection, remote viewing, manifestation, quantum physics in 2 places at once, okay? So I feel like they're projecting from their church coven tower or whatever collective, okay, to certain members of their church. When you're in your own personal time, right? In your own personal space. And you're wondering, why do you feel like this while you're all alone, right? Maybe you're just feeling out of sorts. It's because you got this crazy church coven coming for you, okay? Okay, let's go. Obstacle. Collective. Wow. They're doing this from an underground facility. Okay, I feel like there's some sort of projection that they're doing from this underground facility. And with this church coven, maybe they're connected to people, okay? Or maybe this is their underground facility, okay? Maybe it's one of those mega churches collective. Yeah, maybe you're part of a mega church is what I'm getting. It doesn't have to be. Show me what's going on at this underground facility. Show me. I feel like they've been located. Solar flares activating deep... Solar flares are activating junk DNA. Maybe some neutrinos about to get shot down there. Let's see. Birds are messengers collective. Maybe this is the message that some solar flares are coming to this underground facility for these dirty dealings. Okay, but let's see, what are these dirty collective? And this is the panacea. The solar flares collective that are activating this junk DNA. But their junk DNA is just low vibrational, and it's really junk collective, okay? Ours, they call it junk DNA, but these people are like junk, okay? Based on who they are and how they act, okay? What are these dirty dealings that's causing this activation? Show me. X-Men Collective, I'm telling you, people about to start mutating, like in a major way, okay? That's why I wrote the X-Men card, okay? Something surrounding these beings that are about to activate, Collective, and are. Show me. Contactee, Collective. I feel like they know who you are. And maybe they're being contracted out by a governmental agency, some other agency, or a secret society within secret societies, right? In order to target ascending beings, Collective. It's the cure. We got panacea again, Collective. You're the cure to the world, and solar flares, okay, is going to assist you with coming into this like a Super Saiyan man, okay? But I feel like these solar flares are going to take the wicked out, okay? These creepy crawlers, okay? That's the panacea. Any final messages you want to say about this? Why is this contactee here? I feel like that's you as well. But maybe they've been contacted. Pillow talk, okay? I don't know what that is. Primordial butt whipping. I feel like maybe they got a message of what's about to go down with them, okay? Collective, I feel like they got a message from somewhere. I don't know if it was a download or what. 1644 on the clock, okay? It don't look too good for these people at this underground facility, okay? I feel like they've been coming for the natives, okay? We got mounds at the bottom of the deck. Well, they're doing something surrounding these mounds, okay? All right, let's go. Y'all, let me hurry up. Spiritual advice. Never make permanent decisions on temporary feelings. I feel like they're talking to these people, but as well to us, okay? Just because you're feeling bad at the moment doesn't mean run out and do something that you're going to regret later, right? You got to sit in it sometime. You got to sit in it sometime, okay? Not for the purposes of being depressed and going into a deep depression, no. For the purposes of observing what you are experiencing. For the purposes of learning from it, okay? Identifying it so that you can learn from it. All right, spiritual advice. When you meet your soulmate, you'll feel calm, no anxiety, no agitation, okay? Maybe they tried to set you up with a false soulmate. Maybe that's why you're so sad, okay? From being in a toxic relationship, possibly with a church member, okay? That's a part of this church coven collective, okay? But you're good enough within yourself. Chill the F out, collective, okay? Stop crying and boo-hooing if that's what you're doing, okay? And breathe the F in, collective. That's the technique. Chill out and breathe in. All right? Spiritual advice. They're too blind to see that they've been caught. You're going to be okay, but you just got to get yourself out of this rut if you're feeling like this, okay? Hopefully you've gotten out of that state. But if you haven't, okay, it's time to get out of that state. Because you're going to win. Okay, you're winning if you can just... Hopefully this is the past, okay? All right, show me spiritual advice. 2020 vision. They don't... Damn, collective. These people really don't see they've been caught. They might literally be getting caught by a marshal, okay? In their freaking underground facility, okay? Something going down, collective. You might hear a big bust on the knees, okay? Show me. Let's see one question. Archangel Michael, how is this going to happen? How are they getting caught? How's this going down? Will we see it? How's it happening? Denver, Colorado, collective. That's where their underground facilities at. And they're connected with church covens, okay? And we already know that they're here to mission to stop twin flame ascension, okay? Mission to stop Mother Earth ascension, collective. Because as we ascend, Mother Earth ascends, okay, as well. And vice versa. All right, bottom of the deck. What the hell did I ask? What did they... how's it going to happen? It's going to happen in Denver, Colorado, collective. The master endures insults and ill treatment without reacting, for his spirit is an army, collective. Your army spirit is coming to this underground facility in Denver, Colorado. To these hollow souls, collective. Do you have anything that you want to say to this Denver, Colorado people? In this additional with the spiritual advice, let's see. Collective, they're here. Okay, they're coming to Denver, Colorado, and they're going to handle business at this facility and at this church, okay? I'm telling you. Bottom of the deck. Gifted and talented program. This is a part of what they were doing. They're probably targeting these people. And they know that most likely a lot of those gifted and talented children, many of them have twin flames, collective. I believe. They're targeting the gifted and talented children. We might even have the CIA here. That might be the underground facility. Who are these people that are targeting these gifted and talented children? And maybe you were a part of a gifted and talented or some sort of honor program in school, collective, growing up. What did I say? Who are these people? A Queen of Swords, collective. This could be a ringleader, possibly. Or they could be targeting the Queen of Swords. But I feel like this is a Queen of Swords in this organization. Bottom of the deck. I was getting ready to ask for a name, collective. Marie. Okay? If it's your name, put it where it go. All right. What's going to happen at this facility in Colorado? It'll be an open situation, collective. They're coming for these aboriginals, I feel. Bottom of the deck, soul ascension, collective. This is what they're trying to stop. It's all about you. They've been staging car accidents, collective, to hurt you. Okay? I don't know. Aboriginals, collective. It's just here. Spotlight. They're in the spotlight, and they're coming for you because you're in the spotlight. They know that you're mutating with these solar flares. This man-ho. Okay, so this is the reason why you're crying, possibly. Because of the man-ho. See it for what it is. Okay? Cry a little. Experience it. Observe the thoughts and the feelings. Acknowledge them. Communicate with them. And release them. Okay? And move on to the mission at hand, which is ascension. Okay? Thank you. We need you. Thank you. All right? No time to feel sorry for yourself. These people are caught. Okay? They're going to prison. Maybe they're going to raid this facility, collective. Okay? People are starting to switch sides. Okay? Some will be permitted, I believe, based on how far they've gone. Okay? Some people, because we all have done things, right? And at some point we change our lives. Okay? So some people will be permitted to get out of this, I believe. Okay, if some, let's say, corrupt agents were involved, or a little bit, or they just turn their eye to certain things, right? But maybe they've gotten to the point where it's like, nah, this is not right. I've got to do right. I've got to do better. And they start to do better. And the Most High accepts their offer or whatever, okay? That change in their life. And they're going to assist us, okay, with this ascension. New job, collective. Something about a new job. Okay. Let's see that one in a minute, okay? Let's see this new job real quick, and then let me get out of here, collective. New job. Let's get that one too. Secrets are out. Something about this new job. Maybe this was a new job. Maybe you were the new job that they were working on, okay? And they didn't want you to ascend. Show me. You thought I was playing, collective. I feel like you've recovered from this situation, or you are. And your power is returning to you, okay? And I feel like you're a part of the reason why these people are going down, okay? It says chopping screws. Shout out to Alchemy Games. I feel like these people are going loco, collective, because of the fact that they're caught. Maybe this has never happened to them before, okay? But today is a new day, okay? We're almost there. Divine outcome. Who needs to give one when you can release them all, collective? Okay? That's perfect. Release these people, all of these people in this church coven or whatever this is. It says, what's one thing you're grateful for, collective? And that's something I have to work on, that running board for gratefulness. I haven't checked the community post in a while. Okay, let's see. Okay, prosperous as F. Okay, y'all don't like to say this word, okay, because it was pointed out to me in the past, some years ago, that this is like be less. It's a form of word magic, they say, okay? So you're saying bless, but it's saying like be less, okay? So it's up to, I accepted that. So, but you don't have to, okay? We all make our own decisions, and that's fine, okay? We can still work together, collective. Just because I don't want to use this word don't mean I'm evil, okay, collective? All right, let's go. Divine outcome. What does it say? Fall in love when you are ready, not when you're lonely, collective. This is what you did, collective. And they set you up with a tyrant, okay? But that's okay. You needed to go there in order to get to this place of ascension. So forgive yourself and move on, okay? Release them. Show me divine outcome. Last card. Let things come and go. Stay calm. Don't let anything disturb your peace. And carry on, collective. Okay? So be at peace. Know that these feelings of hurt and pain and loss, they're going to be replaced with joy, collective, and happiness and contentment and security. Okay? And who knows what else that's wonderful and beautiful that you want. Okay? Beautiful. All right, let's get the mystery card. Okay, before we get the mystery card, Archangel Michael, do you have any final messages for this read? I think they're doing shrooms at this underground facility, okay? That's where it fell out at. Bottom of the deck, shroom head, duck. This duck is really a part of this, okay? People might be starting to check, collective, okay? Forgive me. It says, elated that they're going to go to heaven, but did they know that heaven may not be the place to go? It's definitely about religion with this church, collective. They're tricking people out of their divinity, okay? By throwing them around the name Jesus, collective, okay? Hooping and hollering up in the pulpit. The grand finale, that's beautiful. In the reverse, yeah, it's the grand finale, collective. Let me see, bottom of the deck, and we're going to get the mystery card. Fifth house, creativity, romance, children, artistic expression. What makes you feel good, okay? I feel like this is what they're attacking with these ascending beings, okay? They want to make you sad and throw off your ascension from within, okay? You could be a polymath, collective. You may like to learn a lot of things like I do as well, okay? All right, and we're going to leave it on this one and get the mystery. Earth angels, thank you for your service. Okay, this is why they're attacking you, because they know that your mission is great and it's needed in order to ascend the vibration of a planet, okay, and the people and the creation on it. Show me, Archangel Michael, what is the one missile defense, collective? You are the missile defense system, okay? Wow. Advanced weaponry manufacturer. They might be doing that here at this facility as well, using ascended beings as fuel of some sort, collective. But something about this guitar player, collective. I don't know if it's Jimi Hendrix or what, collective. I feel like both channeling too. I feel like Jimi Hendrix has something to say. We have the name Gary, collective. We get ready to get out of here, okay? Do you want to? Why does this guitar player keep coming out? And we're gonna roll. Olmecs in the reverse, collective. Going to prison for the rest of their life. Okay, I don't know. Somebody plays a guitar player that's possibly going to prison for the rest of their lives. I don't know why Olmecs is in the reverse. Maybe it's the courtesy of the Olmecs. Maybe they're a part of the Olmecian bloodline and they just did something wrong. Neurotoxin, collective. I feel like they're coming for these people's neuromelanin, okay, with these solar flags, okay? And for them, it's going to be a neurotoxic effect within their system. Collective, something about this sickle cell. This is what they're doing over here in Denver, Colorado. I don't know why they're so obsessed with sickle cell, because it's going to turn these people into like special X-Men, okay? These will be like the Green Beret of X-Men, collective. Show me the sickle cell. Why is it here with this neurotoxin? And I feel like this is why they're doing this, to take down maybe like that Olmecan bloodline that still exists, okay? Because they do have a lot of those Olmec heads underground. I've seen the pictures, at least online, right? It looked legit to me, in these underground facilities. And they were saying how they were, every time they would find them, they would cover them up with a huge block of cement to conceal them, okay? So it's something about the Olmecs. And we had the mounds earlier, collective, okay? Show me. Paid to have USA, collective. Dirty, rotten dogs in the USA. They clueless, collective, because they've been caught. Something about a Range Rover. Y'all, let me get out of here. And we got Russia. All right. One more since I done ran off like that. Archangel Michael. Why is this Range Rover important? That could be like space travel. Who knows? Like the Destroyer, collective. That could be the Range Rover. Oh my goodness. Planet X Nibiru. Okay? Wow. That's like a Range Rover. Roving through space. Collective, destroying. At will. Bottom of the deck and we out of here. What we gonna get, collective? These child oofers. This is what they're involved in, collective. And they're traveling through time and space. All right, collective. If you like the video, like the video.